friends. Hello and welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 28th of September, 2020. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you decided to come along for the ride today. Well, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a TV program that Michael and I tuned into this weekend. Now, it had been a while since we had seen this show, but it intrigued us, and we just decided to stay and watch it. And it was called Hoarders. Now, any of you who have ever seen that program, you know that it is something else. There are things that can be quite shocking when you see the way people have hoarded stuff in their homes or in warehouses or in garages or wherever it happens to be. Sometimes it's just a bunch of stuff. Sometimes it's things that have to do with their hobbies or collections. And a lot of times it's just people living smack in the middle of a garbage dump right in their own homes. And it brings rodents and bugs and all sorts of stuff, which can be pretty horrible. But as I was watching that, I realized that a lot of the family members and friends think that if they could just go in there and clean up the house, that everything will be hunky-dory. Well, for a lot of us, if you've ever had like a messy living room or a bedroom and you go, you know, I'm going to tackle this today, get it all clean, sparkle my bathroom, clean my toilet, whatever I have to do, and you do like a couple hours of housework and you go, great, and then you try to maintain it clean like that. But for a hoarder, just cleaning up their mess does not necessarily cause them to suddenly be cured of their issues and their problems. Because a lot of times, if you clean up a space, all a hoarder sees is floor space to bring more stuff in. So there's always a lot of reasons why a person has become a hoarder and is behaving the way that they're behaving. But see, we try so hard to help with well-meaning love that we're reaching out to them, but our minds aren't thinking the same way a hoarder's mind is thinking. You know, that is something that has to be dealt with because a lot of times it's issues that happen from their past, from their childhood, or whatever reason that triggered these things. And it's not necessarily just because that person has a habit of being sloppy. You know, one of the characters, one of the people who was focused on, and when we watch a couple of episodes, it was a gentleman in his 70s who was a single man living with his mama, and she had to be moved out of the house because it had become so horrible, and she was staying with somebody else, and he was just living in absolute trash. And when the psychiatrist spoke with him and started working with him, she came to the conclusion there was a very real chance that this man had been living his entire life with autism. But the family just lost their patience with him, told him he was difficult, he didn't go along, and they didn't understand why he behaved this way. This poor man lived with autism for 70 plus years and was never diagnosed and never dealt with. See, there's a lot of reasons why people will spiral into habits or troubles or situations like this. You know, there's people who have eating disorders, there's people who have sugar addictions, there's people who have that are addicted to cigarettes or spend too much or have hoarding disorders. Why do these things happen? Do they one day wake up and say, gee, I think I'll be a hoarder? Gee, I think I'll smoke 6 packs of cigarettes a day? Gee, I think I'll eat a chocolate cake every day? Well, of course not. There's lots of things that lead up to that, and it's not just one thing. So therefore, boys and girls, there's not just one quick fix. Now, I believe that if you are a heavy smoker and you decide that you're going to quit and you throw away your ashtrays and your lighters and your cigarettes and you join a nice good support group or seek a doctor's help to have some kind of anti-smoking, non-smoking program in your life, that's great. But just throwing away your ashtrays is not going to make you quit. The same way, just cleaning up a floor space is not going to make a hoarder stop collecting. So here's my encouragement to you today, boys and girls. Be patient and understand that there are many steps in a person's life who has these disorders and these addictions and these troubles. Helping out by just helping them clean or helping them throw away their ashtrays is not the answer. It's a part of the process, but it's not the solution. There are many, many ways that you can help your friends and your family to get over these things and to deal with them. And I honestly believe that professional help and help with your church family and help with support groups is also part of the process. So I encourage you, be patient with people and try to understand that maybe their brains don't work the same way yours do. Be there for an encouragement. Be, like I always say, to go out and be a blessing to somebody today, because you might be the only one who is. Well, be a blessing to folks like that who are going through these struggles and challenges by supporting them and understanding and being patient, okay? One fix is not the answer. Several components are going to help bring solutions to issues like that, okay? All right, be patient, won't you? Now go out, like I said, be a blessing, and don't forget also to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I post another Take Two. All right, I'll see you back here on Wednesday for my Hump Day message. Meanwhile, have a terrific week. I love ya. Bye-bye.